Hi everyone. So I just saw this film called Hamlet 2, and I'm gonna start by saying that I loved it. I left the theater feeling upbeat, and I was in a great mood, and I laughed, and I was touched by it. So as I was thinking, oh, I'm gonna make a blog about it, then I thought, maybe I shouldn't. I kind of reconsidered for a bit because I can see some people, self included, love it, and I can see others, many others, just not like it as much for several reasons. First of all, the whole movie is completely ridiculous and goofy and politically incorrect, and it's just, just weird in a sense. But the greatness about it, this is the congenial part, that how intelligent of the writers. Everything that can be considered offensive, by anybody, is also offensive within a movie. That is, within the movie, all these politically incorrect ideas that come out are offending people there already as the action happens. So it already deals with it all there. It already says, hey, this stuff is offensive, but it just goes on making the movie, and the whole thing is just fantastic. It's about this actor who is perhaps the most successful actor out there, and despite the fact that he has this incredible love and passion towards his craft, all he's ever been able to achieve were a couple of goofy commercials and a few episodes in like B-type movies. So, giving the whole acting thing up, he moves on to Tucson, Arizona to become a drama teacher. And as it turns out, he's not all that good at it either. And as things, go terribly bad for him in his personal life as well as his career, school decides to close the drama class, and he's being constantly hassled by this absolutely adorable school critic in a school paper, who is this, half a meter kid. Is that okay if I talk in meters here? Who's incredibly intelligent, and he takes everything so seriously, and he writes these absolutely knockout reviews that destroy this guy's play. Tear him apart. And the plays are pretty bad. What he does is he produces movies into plays, like I think one of them was Aaron Brockovich. Utterly ridiculous and funny, and he takes it all so close to heart because he's so passionate about his work. So, faced by all these circumstances, he decides to write a play, and it really goes at it. It gets as bad as I think it can. Perhaps the worst play ever written, because it's about Hamlet and Jesus traveling through time and kind of meeting in our day and age. Yeah. So, stopping right there with the plot, because to give anything away, I think, is wrong about this movie. I'm actually even regretting the trailers that are out there, because I do think they spoiled the movie. I think I'd enjoyed it so much more if I didn't see them. But so that's what I'm gonna leave you with as far as the story itself goes, and move on to acting. Acting was fantastic, people. Stephen Coogan, whom I recently saw in Tropic Thunder, fantastic there, and even greater here. He pleasure to watch. He made this actor, this loser of a guy, this cute, wonderful, goofy person come alive, and he was so real, he was so true about it. And the kids who were in the play, who were the students of the drama class, Virtual Unknowns, I don't quite honestly remember seeing them in other movies, and they just delivered. It was fantastic to watch them. And Elizabeth Shue, I mean, she completely just topped it all as far as the acting goes, because she did a parody of herself. She played herself in the movie. And I think it's so fascinating and so brave, and I admire it greatly. So definitely that there to enjoy. And I don't know, to top it all off, despite the comedy, because it is funny where it's supposed to be. It hit the marks perfectly, very solid and good writing, and but to top it all off, just to kind of make it all happen, was the fact that this whole play turned into a musical. Yes, and there were some catchy tunes in that. I mean, there's this I'm gonna say it, there's this rock me sexy Jesus tune, and people, it really catches on. And this is what I mean by political incorrectness. If you're really into sort of this religious zealotry, perhaps you shouldn't see it, because the chances are you're definitely going to find this movie offensive. So, but if you're open to it, and if you can appreciate good humor and take a joke and whatnot, I can't see why people wouldn't like it. Though, no. What am I saying? I definitely can see why people wouldn't like it, or how people wouldn't like it. But what baffles me completely is that some critics were tearing this flick apart, and I don't get it. If anybody's a serious movie watcher, if they go to movies all the time and they see comedy after comedy and tragedy and drama after drama, this thing is so creative and in a sense fresh, despite the fact that the movie is just the storyline of the movie of teacher coming to his troubled suburban school and making it all right. It's just it's an old story. We've seen movies like that 1,000 times, but it's a parody of that. And nothing's above satire. So go watch it. And I think the critics who have been tearing this movie apart are absolutely crazy, and they know probably very little about film. That's pretty daring of me to say something like that, but I think it is a great flick. So at least if you consider yourself a serious movie watcher, absolutely give it a shot, because I think there's a lot to appreciate there. I think that's all I'm gonna say, other than just give it a chance, people. Give it a chance. This is a flick I'd like to own on DVD. I think I'd definitely buy it, and that's it. So I'll see you all next time.